Hey guys, David Patrick Green, davidpatrickgreen.com, hackhollywood.com, actorpower.com. How's everybody doing tonight? So today I have a really interesting topic. The topic is confidence. But before I talk about what confidence is and how to buy some or get some, I thought I would first invite you guys to leave me a comment in this video or any other video of mine, because I want you guys to tell me what to talk about. You guys are the reason I make these videos, and so I want you to tell me what topics you want to know about, what topics you don't know about, clarifying anything, and that can cover the gamut. I literally know just about everything there is to know about what an actor needs to know. I don't know all the details of producing a movie. I don't know all the details of writing a script. I don't know all the details of what a casting director does. Well, actually, I probably do know a lot of those because I have worked in several casting offices and I've worked with several top casting directors of some of the biggest shows and movies on Earth in the history of mankind. So yeah, I know the casting process, so if you want to know about that, let me know. And there's nothing like an actor's perspective on the casting process, especially when he's seen both sides of it, okay? Because my version of what casting does and what casting's version of what they do is completely different. So you might want to ask me about that. So anyways, guys, just write me a little note in the comment section. Give me some topics that you want to hear about, and I will create videos on those topics. And let's make this a two-way street. So, okay, tonight's subject is confidence. What is confidence? Now, normally I would just go off the cuff, but I actually wrote some really cool things down. So I'm going to pull out my cellular phone, or as they say in Spanish, mi celular, and I think I have it written down here in an email. So let's see what my cold reading skills are like off of an email. Okay, Confidence by David Patrick Green, an essay. No, it's not really an essay. It's just some thoughts. Confidence is doing what your instincts tell you to do without thinking about it. Think about that. Confidence is where the rubber meets the road. It is your desire and willingness to show your true self because you know that your true self is your only real value. Whereas the unconfident person tries to mold themselves into what they think other people want. Okay? So in a nutshell, confidence is just acting yourself because you know you is all you've really got. And so to reveal yourself is the best thing you can do. People who are unconfident or insecure, trying to make people like them, behave as though they think people want them to behave. Okay, that's the first thing. To elaborate, most of us walk around terrified of doing the wrong thing all the time, and yet that is what keeps us from doing anything of any consequence. We do everything that we see everyone else doing because we figured that must be safe. And yet safety is not where the successful live. To be successful, you have to try things that other people are not doing, but that your gut is telling you to do. It is safe to say that if you do what everyone else is doing, you will get the same results as them, which, as you can see, is not very good. Okay? So I think there's a message there that is really fear keeps you from being yourself and doing things that you perceive as being risky. But the real risk is actually not being yourself and not doing the things that your instincts are telling you to do. That's the real risk, because then you just end up like everyone else, and everyone else is stuck basically with their ankles in the mud. Okay? Some people are up to their necks in the mud, but most people are just up to their ankles in mud. They're not going anywhere, and they're definitely not going anywhere quickly. Okay, so that's another thing. Confidence is reading a script and having a feel for it and then just doing it because you know that your instincts will guide you. then you also know that casting directors will see your unique perspective, and that is the thing that's going to separate you from others. Okay, so a lot of us, we get a script, and what do? We analyze the crap out of it, and we try to go way outside of the boundaries of the script. And you've got a lot of acting teachers and casting directors who use terms like making choices. Well, what is a choice? A choice is doing something that's not on the page. Now, there's, let's say, 10 things on the page. How many things aren't on the page? Everything else, which is 9 gazillion billion trillion things. And if all of those things are not on the page, then what are the chances that they're actually going to make sense in the context of the page? And since that's all you have, what would be the point of doing something that's not on it? That's like if you're a football player running into the stands and going, throw me the ball up here. It's like, no, this is the field. There's boundaries and limitations to what we're doing here. There's blocking, there's tackling, but there's no going up into the stands and eating popcorn and calling for the ball up there, okay? That's not going to happen. It's irrelevant. It's a distraction from the real game, okay? Bad metaphor? I don't know, maybe. So confidence is simply being yourself and accepting that some people will like it and others won't. Confidence is also revealing yourself despite the fact that that people might criticize you, and yet knowing that the more you reveal of yourself, the more people will actually like you. Now that is the crazy irony, paradox of being yourself. You think that if you are yourself, less people will like you, right? Because you can't please everyone, which is absolutely true. But I think if you will find even the people that initially don't like you because your first impression rubs them the wrong way, they don't sense a compatibility initially. If you are truly yourself, they will grow to respect you and even maybe like you because they'll actually see your perspective. And it's when they can see your perspective that they can appreciate it, as opposed to just seeing it as sort of this barking dog. When you know why the dog barks, you may think, oh, that's a good dog. It's barking to protect its owner. Or that's a good dog. It's barking because there's a bear behind me, right? So when you peel back the truth, you'll see that often people you initially don't like and who don't initially like you end up liking one another when they reveal of themselves, when you reveal of yourself, okay? And I think this is totally huge. Yeah, so did I say this already? One of the great ironies of life is that our fear keeps us from doing a lot of the things that our instinct will help our situation. Okay, so let me say that again. One of the great ironies of life is that our fear keeps us from doing a lot of the things that our instincts know will help our situation because of the perceived risk. But usually the damage of not trusting our instincts is way greater than the potential damage from whatever the risk you think there is from trusting them. Okay, so the risk of following your instincts is usually way less than the risk associated with not following them. Okay? Now let's apply this to acting. Let's go into application. Let's do an experiment. Let's talk about a situation, I think. I can't remember what I wrote. Let's apply this to acting. There are several things that I'm sure your instincts are telling you about acting and being an actor, right? You're in it, so you're thinking about it. They're probably telling you that to be an actor, you have to have some ability to actually do the job, right? There may be a childish side of you who may want to simply be on television without doing anything. You know, like, I just want it, right? That's the childish side where people just give you things so you don't cry because they think that's helping you. But in the real world, that doesn't help anyone. Just handing stuff to them doesn't help them. They'll never grow. And you know that about yourself. You'll never grow if people just give you stuff. And frankly, if they just gave it to you when you don't deserve it, you would make a disaster out of it. Okay, so the The truth is, you probably know that it does require some work. If you're confident and then you undertake the work because you trust that it will all pay off, because your instincts are telling you that it will. So the perceived risk is that you are wasting your time and that nothing will happen. So the confident person goes ahead and studies and goes through the progression of steps that they know will get them to being a successful whatever. And the unconfident person figures, oh, it's too late for them, or I'll never make it, or they think of all the reasons why not to do it, and they never bother to find out if it's true. Another thing your instincts are probably telling you is that you have to get out in front of people for them to know whether you have the skills. And the confident person will simply approach the people they feel most attracted to, not sexually or anything, but attracted to because of the similarity of their needs, or the match between what you have and what they need. And so the unconfident person thinks, well, if I approach people, I might be rejected. And maybe I'll actually be blackballed in the industry if I approach one person and they don't like me. So the unconfident person thinks by making one single bad move, they'll screw up their entire career and life. And so what they do is they resort to much safer tactics, which with much less risk associated with these tactics, but also far less potential gain. So they'll do things like sending postcards or going onto social media and trying to make friends with industry people that way. But as you probably all well know, you can't really make a friend on social media. You can maybe start the conversation if they can notice you out of the millions of followers that they potentially have. Or you could just go approach them and say, hi, I'd like to meet you, and here's why I think it will benefit you. So as far as acting itself goes, the performing side of it, the confident person will just read the script and they'll have a sense of what it is that just comes from their life experience and our own human natural instincts. And it's really just baked into all humans. And that person doesn't overthink it, or they don't worry about what other people are going to think, and they don't worry about what other people are doing, listening to other people in the room. Oh my God, that guy's yelling and screaming. I wasn't going to yell and scream. Oh my gosh, I better start yelling and screaming. Right? They're not doing that. The confident person goes, okay, this is what it is, right? That feels right. And then they just go ahead and give them that. Okay? They do what their gut is telling them while enjoying every single minute of it, because they know they are doing what they love regardless of the outcome. Okay? They also engage the people in the room in conversation, and they try and ensure that everybody that's involved in the room on the way in is having a good time, and that any information that should be shared can be shared, which puts everyone at ease and everyone is relaxed, and the audience is just they've got no tension because you've really relaxed them. And now both the performer and the audience can appreciate the performance and also appreciate the performer. The unconfident person doesn't trust their instincts. They are worried about what other people are doing. And they'll try and intellectualize and overanalyze the material, and they'll try to give the casting directors or the producers, the directors, whomever it is, they try to give them, what do they try to give them? What they want. They're like, what do they want? I wish I knew what they want. Why don't they just tell me what they want and I'll do that, right? Like a dog, you're trying to please, but that's not what they want. They want someone, why am I still talking over there? I'm talking to the imaginary casting director. I don't know, I'm off on a side tangent, sidebar, Your Honor. So the unconfident person doesn't trust their instincts, and they want to know what these people want, but they don't know what they want. They're not there to tell you what to do. That's why you went to acting class for 10 years. That's why you got your BFA, your MFA. That's why you spent all those thousands of hours, is so that you can look at material and this is it. This is my interpretation of this material. I hope they like it. If they don't like it, fine, but I'm going to give it all I have, right? Because that's all I can do. So they also assume that they are bound by some set of unspoken, often spoken rules of behavior, and that they're not allowed to speak to the people in the room. They're not allowed to engage them in a conversation or ask them any questions or develop a relationship with those key people in the room. And that is so far from the truth, okay? So the truth of it all is the confident person is doing all the right things, and the unconfident person is looking to someone else to figure out what to do. Well, guess which person does well in life? It's the confident person. And I know it's hard sometimes to be confident, but now that you've heard that, hopefully you realize that the best way to be confident is just to trust yourself and see what comes out of whatever it is you're doing, and not change how you feel about yourself based on what the outcome is. If you give it everything you've got, that's all there is, and you should learn to enjoy that. And the people that get you will get you, and the people that don't won't. But more people will get you the more you reveal of yourself. So the more you are confident in yourself, not meaning cocky like I'm so great, but I'm just going to give you who I am. I'm just going to open my heart and my mind, and I'm going to let you share that. Okay? Feast on that. And I'm talking to the monitor instead of I should be talking to the lens. That's so funny. I've been doing that for a while. That is so funny. I guess as an actor, it's so hard to look at the camera when you spent the last 15 years trying to avoid it. Anyway, so weird. But anyway, we'll see what the difference is. There's a little lesson to self. I have these little brain farts every now and then. If I haven't eaten a lot, or if I've exercised too much, or it's too close to my bedtime, I do weird things. That was weird. Like sometimes if I've done a scene 10 or 15 times, I just can't remember the lines anymore. And it's so embarrassing when you're in this gigantic movie or gigantic TV show and you're working with someone like Kiefer Sutherland or, Jennifer Lawrence or whatever, and she's doing it 50 times from Tuesday perfectly every time, and then after 10 times you can't remember your 3 lines. You're just like, well, what's my line again? Oh, that is the worst, okay? So I'm confident up until that point, and then I just going, why did they even hire me? I should have just told them, don't hire me. I'm going to forget my lines if we have to do them more than 10 times. But anyway, guys, this is something that we all need to work at. I don't know why I forget my lines. You know what it is? I don't like to repeat things. That's why I would make a terrible stand-up comedian. That's why I would make a terrible Broadway actor. I don't like to do the same thing over and over and over again. That's why I like to do these things. I don't even like to write something down and then read it. I want to just make it up as I go and then edit it. And, because then you just get the truth as it comes out. Everything else is reworked over and over, aiming for perfection. I would much rather you see a little less than perfection, because I'm trying to tell you to be yourself, be authentic, be confident. Well, it would be pretty dumb if I wasn't doing that myself, if I wasn't willing to show you who I am, right? And so I am totally imperfect. I have a lot of things that I'm really, really, really good at, and then I have some things that I'm terrible at. Ugh, like so bad. Like almost like just push the handicap button for me for some things. But it is what it is. And I have to say that doing this is incredibly rewarding personally, because it gives me a chance to actually be myself. And the more I learn about being myself, because I've always been the type of person to try and put on a show, to try and be cool, even though I am cool, but I try and be extra cool. I try that, and when it comes to acting, I'm second guessing myself constantly. So, I'm getting used to being myself, trusting my instincts, not listening to the voice that's watching every single thing I do, which is what I tend to do. But I'm learning not to do that anymore, because I'm learning not to aim for a result, but to aim to just participate in the game, the event, be in the game, the inner game of tennis, the inner game of acting, which is to be in the zone and just lock into what's happening, what are all the circumstances, and not going, oh, did I say that line right? Did that sound right? oh no, I was supposed to do this right then and I just forgot. Or, oh, I think I forgot a word. Or I swapped two words. Or I used a similar word, but it wasn't the exact right word. This is the conversation that's going on in my head. It's total schizophrenia. It's not happening right now because I don't care as much anymore. I think, like, you're going to like me or not like me, and I'm talking a lot, so some people will go, wow, he talks too much. I wish that guy would shut up. And other people are thinking, oh, that's so cute. He's so, like, open and honest and blah, 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 blah. But all of this is what you guys need to do is to be open and honest yourselves, and whatever that is. If you're the strong silent type, then be the strong silent type. If you are verbose, be verbose. If you're cute, be cute. If you're whatever you are, learn to be that, because the more you can bring to that, the more people are going to see you and get involved with you. So it's really about commitment, right? The more you commit to the material, whether that's 2 words, 2 lines, 2 pages, or 2 episodes, the more you commit to it, the more you draw them in, and the more they actually like you. Even when they are loathing you, they are loving you, right? It's like Freddy Krueger. Oh my, like, gross, scary, terrible person. Don't want to have anything to do with him. He's not even a person. Nightmare guy. But, wow, he sucks me in, right? So that I get scared, and that makes me forget where I am and forget what's going on, and I'm just locked into the story because he's so committed to what he's doing. So that's what you need to learn to do. Not to lecture you. You don't need to do anything. But if you want to be a successful actor, I highly recommend that that's a practice you work on. Far more than anything else is to just be open and share of yourself and not be self-conscious or second-guessing. Oh, I made a mistake. Make mistakes. Mistakes are just in the eye of the beholder. Who says it's a mistake? It could be the greatest thing that you've ever done in your life, right? Just walking out the door every day is the greatest thing you've ever done in your life, because there's so many things that can happen. Whereas if you're sitting on a computer or sitting on your phone, texting or social media-ing, if that's a verb yet. What is the verb? Somebody email me the verb or text me the verb for social media posting. Come on, there's got to be a better word than social media posting. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. So I thought I almost said shit. So well, now I did. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So 2 things we covered. Let me know what you want to hear about. Post it in the messages anywhere. I check my comments. Like this. Oh, I guess I'm skipping. See, I have issues remembering stuff. 2 things. Post your comments. Second, confidence. What's the difference between confident and unconfident? And how easy is it to switch? The way you switch from unconfident to confident is to just let other people see who you are. In all its glory, in all its fabulous, gory glory, okay? Whatever you think of yourself, who cares? People are going to love you. People are going to love you. Even if you hate you, the more you allow other people to see it, they're going to love you, okay? So be yourself, and if you're not confident being yourself, just try it. And I think you'll find that people like you more. And this isn't I don't want everybody to like you. I don't want everyone to like me. But it's natural. The more you commit to being in the moment with everything that you have, the more people get engaged with you. And that's how human relationships form, okay? And finally, if you liked this, like it. I love doing that. If you liked it, like it. And please share it, because everyone needs to hear this stuff to get out of whatever they're stuck in. Get out of, their ankles are in the mud. They need this kind of information. And subscribe to the channel too, because that way you'll know when new videos come along. All right, that's it. Thanks again. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate that you're here, and I enjoy sharing this with you.